we go. Oh, there. Whoa! Hey, everyone. God damn it. Okay, stay. Slight technical difficulties there. Should probably bring this back over here. Hey, everybody. How's everyone doing tonight? I'm doing great, as you can see. Forgot to bring this stupid thing over. Yeah. I probably need to redo this too. Is that why? Is it not working? Alright, I'm gonna have to probably just make another capture. Okay. Doing good. House sitted for someone for a while, so there's that. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know why this is not working. I guess maybe I'll have to just redo it every time, which sucks. Okay, do that, and then okay, there we go. All right. Crap. Okay. Okay, perfect. All right, professional here. So yeah, hope everyone's doing good tonight. Yeah, so last week, and this is for everyone here and anyone who might see this later. Sorry that I didn't say anything about last week. I've been battling the whole thing because like I want to try to make these things regular, you know, on a schedule and everything. But just sometimes I'm not in the mood, and I hate that. Like I don't mean to be like that. Like I've tried to like push myself sometimes do stuff, but like the last stream kind of like killed it for me a little bit because for anyone who wasn't well, I guess for just everyone in general, the stream went fine, but then immediately that night I got I got blocked by YouTube for like a community strike. Apparently, the bots or whatever, I guess, picked up the bathing like pool scene stuff and flagged that as like sex/nudity or whatever, which was really fucking cool. So I actually put in like an appeal for that, and really I wasn't sure when to even expect that to go through. It actually went through later that night and got immediately resolved, so I was super happy about that. But the following day, I got a copyright claim on it because I showed footage several times throughout the stupid stream. So I've been debating whether or not trying to like redo the stream itself and just put some stupid overlay over the video parts a couple times, because like I don't know, these streams aren't like an amazing crazy thing or whatever, but like if someone was like decided to watch them in a row, it would be kind of like weird just to go from like 1, 2, 3 and then skip like 2 episodes worth or whatever. So I don't know, I just didn't know if I don't know if it's like worth it or not, because it's like over an hour and I'm gonna have to just go through every part where I had that and just throw, like, it's not like a lot of work technically, it's just kind of tedious, and it's really aggravating. But it's a copyright claim on the last one, which is not a strike. Strike is like the really bad. That's like 3 strikes, you're out. Claim is just they're like, hey, you used our footage, so you can't monetize that and you can't show that anywhere. So that was really cool, and that kind of soured my mood for last week. But it just means that anytime I show anything on here, I cannot play the video. I just have to like skip along and show images, because that has not been a problem so far. in here. So I'm just gonna have to go through the painstaking process of if I want to show a bit from the episode, I'm just going to have to scrub through it or whatever. But yeah, I think we've got 6 and 7. And I'm going to mute the music, audio, so we don't have to worry about that. Lou Albino. I don't know what that means, Space Tree, but it's cool to see you here, Will. I feel like this is some type of this is some joke that I'm not getting. Anyway, so yeah, I definitely wanted to have this stream though. Well, okay. I do, man. I go back and forth so much. With this shit. Like, I want to talk about this stuff, but then there's just sometimes where I'm like, do I really want to sit in front of the camera? But whatever. But okay, I've been excited about these 2 episodes. That's the biggest thing. These 2 episodes, and I'm really excited to see where the show keeps going from here. All right. Would you believe me if I said I was screaming like a banshee at episode 6? Yes, because I was too. Space Tree, but you're also commenting over it. All right, shouldn't it count as fair use? YouTube is dumb. Technically, Space Tree, I would say that it should be counted as fair use because, again, I only showed a couple small segments for like maybe 10 seconds here and there. But to be fair, like when I do the video, when I've done my reviews, I like chop it up so much that I only use like 5 seconds at a time. Like I don't try to go over that. I've heard from several, I don't remember who it was anymore, but there's a couple YouTubers like on a podcast that were talking about this some time ago I listened to, and we're saying that usually when they do about 5 seconds or so, it's not bad, so that's whatever. It shouldn't be, but I don't feel like going through the counterclaim process because it's a live stream and it's not really that worth it, If it was a video, I would just like re-edit it. I just don't know if I feel like re-editing a live stream because it's a live stream, I don't know. I might do it. I might not. And YouTube is done. I was fangirling hard when yes. Gojira fan 54. And also nice to see you here. That was my patent. I just showed up and I need to say something stupid technique. Okay. Lou Albino was a wrestler who is known for playing Mario in Super Mario Bros. Oh, that was... I thought that name sounded a little familiar. Okay. Yeah. I think I only watched, like, part of an episode of that when I was young. Most of it that I've seen is come off of Twitter and YouTube clips. But, alright. I didn't realize he was a wrestler. Alright. So... yeah, episode... oh, that's the last one. Yeah, god dang. Episode 6, of Dynazenon. This was real fun, and I am trying to refresh my memory on everything. Yeah, so it was the whole... rumor that Yume's sister committed suicide. It's not like concrete yet. God, you think at this point I would remember everyone's names, but I can't. I'm not good with them. Like the couple anime that I've gotten into, like Jujutsu Kaisen, as of late, I've like binge watched that. I remember like 2 people's names. It's like it usually takes me a while to like remember like anime names for the most part. When there's like a bunch of them at a time. But yeah, we got bowl cut going on the date sort of thing with his ex getting drunk, remembering stuff, and then her husband comes out of nowhere, and he's just like, oh, right, you guys are married. But yeah, but like, I do understand it. Like, I feel like she kind of was leading him on just a little bit, maybe. But again, it could have been his perception that he thought that she was like kind of still into him. It's a weird, like I could see it kind of either way with him. But then yeah, I love how they just, outside of like being villains, they just still wear the crazy fucking outfits everywhere. I'm trying to remember her name, either the girl bad guy. They have their talk. Oh yeah, the video from her sister. Yeah, apparently all of her sister's classmates were a bunch of dicks, and fucked around with her all the time. And he was so drunk that bad guys picked his own vehicle. Yeah, this is like the low point for several characters in this episode. Yeah, I actually kind of enjoy though that like they didn't like. Well, you've got the redhead guy who's like obviously wants to like mess with this or take the vehicle out for a spin, but the short kid, like he's just like literally is just like, nah, we should just give it back to him. And I'm like, that's pretty like actually like sportsmanship of him. Like he's not like, they're a weird villainous group. Like they're not outright villains like all the time. It's weird. They have like a weird dynamic. I'll say these two episodes were decent. Mujina, yep. Episodes when we got a little bit more screen time with her, but she's still just kind of there. Yeah. I feel like the villains overall are not being developed too well, but with like the main characters, we are getting we're getting more development with them than we did with like the main squad in the first season. So the villains here are falling a little bit flatter, you know. Tokusatsu, we've got Daigo from Tiga, Naoto from Gridman, Takuma from Faiz, and Wataru from Kiba. Alright, so I recognize Naoto from that list. Anime, who are they again? Yeah. This will be clothing in 2015. In 2015. Yeah, I could see this being some type of high fashion craziness. Right. Then they get upset at him because, you know, he lost it, but thankfully, Galma's vehicle can track the other parts, because they're technically like one whole unit. This was like the saddest part here. Like they're like, okay, we gotta cause a distraction, and Galma's like, you cause a distraction. He takes his freaking umbrella, breaks the window, runs in there, and then just like tackles Mujina to the ground. And it just felt really weird because it felt less of a distraction and more like you're a really pretty lady, and like you showed me some type of like time of day, so I'm like, please, I'm a broken man. And she's just like, fuck no. He needs to get his fucking act together. It was cool seeing like the vehicle open up like this, like in a small enclosed space and everything like that. Of course the villains get away from there, but someone was again bringing up on Twitter, and I like to say that because like I hate the fact that like sometimes I don't always see these comparisons, and then someone shows it on Twitter, I'm like, dang, why didn't I see that? But this shot like here, and there's another shot I think in the same episode that mirrors like the anime, the first season, because there's like an exact same shot for Akane, and I think it was at the very beginning, like the very first episode in the first couple minutes, where she was kind of like looking forlornly over the railing of the school by herself. So it's interesting seeing like Yume like kind of in that same position. She's just like not in a good spot. Everything is happening with her sister. I forgot what he says here. I think maybe I should have made sure this was subbed. remember he talked to her about something, and then Yamogi comes up here, and then she doesn't want to talk to him. She's not in a good mood. I think this was pretty cool, though. This was like the first time seeing something different from the villains, where angry guy is trying to, yeah, here we go, trying to like control the kaiju, but it's just not working. Also, this is just hilarious. Like it's like trying to get under the bridge and just can't, or whatever, like got stuck. But the fact that like him and Mujina work together to like control it. So I remember some people saying stuff about like before that it'd be kind of cool if they did some type of like gatai like combination with multiple kaiju. And I'm like, maybe this signifies that like at the end they'll find a kaiju that's so powerful that they have to use all four of them to control it at the same time instead. Which would be also interesting. Not as cool as like fusing several kaiju together, but you know, still showing like the power of the kaiju being that strong that you need the entire squad to control them. Also, this kaiju was really cool, and I know that there's I don't remember which Ultraman kaiju it was, but there's definitely one I think from the original series that looks like this, like a four-legged kaiju, and I think some people on Twitter were making comparisons to it as well. Back to the Future. Oh. I'm sorry, Space Tree. I'm not catching them today. He used tackle. Yeah, Bold Cut gets big dick energy and tackles Mujina. Get off my... You simp. Here's a crazy theory. What if Mujina is the sister? The villains are sort of zombie people, right? So what, Mujina's sister, but reincarnated? I will give you that is a crazy theory. I don't know about that one. I kind of feel like that it's kind of sounds like it feels like that they are who they are. You know, like the way that they look is how they may have looked before or whatever, but I don't know. Maybe. Might be. The only thing that I say against that is just the fact that like none of them said anything about the way that they each other look per se. I also feel like if she was a sister, she would probably still at least have those crazy eyes or whatever, but I don't know. I don't know. Could be. But yeah, so they do their combo. Also, not only like, you know, they were showing how strong this kaiju was because it took two to control this one, but the amount of damage like that this thing does is insane. Like power scaling and everything. And it's just like it like wipes out like, I don't know, I'd say like maybe like a fifth of the city, it almost looks like, through this battle. Yeah, and then like them battling this thing was like hard as shit. Like they're getting tossed, blasted, run through. And then I'm trying to find it because I know that they got damaged. They got beat pretty bad, but I forgot like what it was. I think the horn that it had, like, it damaged one part of the vehicle, which I know is like the leg part for Dynazenon. But yeah, like it was. This is a tough mother. I think the Kaiju Genesis may be the offspring of Alexis Kirib. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. You know, that's, it's interesting because I wouldn't mind finding out more about, like, if Gridman continues like this and they do more with it, like, you know, how they've done with Ultraman and everything. I'd like to learn more about, like, things like the hyper world where Gridman and the grid, like, the agents come from. Like Con Digifier and Alexis Kirib, like what they are, you know, like I think Con Digifier, they said he was like the demon lord or king or something like that, this demon from the digital world. But like, I don't know, like there's a lot of stuff that they've never really developed with, you know, backgrounds for these characters and everything. Like they could do some stuff with that in like another series or whatever. Definitely not, you know, in this series. It doesn't seem like that's going to be a thing, but it'd be interesting to find out more at least about like what they are exactly, like their species or like how they come to be or something. It would definitely a theory. Yeah. This most likely answer. I'm just kind of spitballing since they do have similar hair color and hairy style as a sister. Yeah. No, I'm not trying to like dunk on that or anything. Like, no, I understand. I don't know. I don't really talk. I don't really talk too many things about theories because it's just like I just always am like, man, you can run wild with them a lot of times. Like, you know, I have some thoughts on these things, but like I don't speculate too much because sometimes I might accidentally hype myself up on something that'd be really cool, and then they don't choose something as cool, and then I get disappointed. It's just like, you know, not they. Yeah. So, but yeah. So then we get just skip to it. This, goddamn, the end of episode 6. Like, I'm not trying to be that guy to like say, oh, you know, like you have to pander to people with like nostalgia and like drop characters that you've seen before or whatever. But come the fuck on. Like Grid Knight dropping from the sky. This made me so happy to see this. I had thought at some point that maybe they weren't going to do anything with any of the characters from the original series. Or if they did, I thought it would just be like the briefest of cameos at the very end, you know, and I was kind of hoping they wouldn't do that because I'm like, I hope it's not one of those things of like, oh man, we've done all this shit and now at the end we're having trouble defeating the villain, and then Gridman's like, oh no, don't worry guys, I'm in here, I'll Deus Ex Machina this for you and just beat the bad guy for you. I am so happy to see Grid Knight. I'm so happy to see Auntie back in here. Because I want to see more growth from him. I want to see more of him. And it's now been kind of established with this in the next episode that there is, in fact, that he is, in fact, protecting this world. And that makes me super fucking happy. I'm going to pin the theory for now, but I just don't want to set myself. Yeah. No, I'm not trying to, like, clown on anything like that. I see so many theories from people so many times. I'm just like, yeah, I know that would be cool, but I don't know. I also see some people run with some really, really weird theories. But yeah, this is like the pinnacle of this episode. So happy. So fucking happy. So the thing about characters from Master Gridman appearing and then Bing Bang Boom Grid Knight appear. Yeah. Like, I didn't expect that. Like, I thought, like, they're gonna have to do something because like all of them were in a bad headspace, and they already talked about before that like it seems to come from like their spirit or like how their emotions are. So they're all like reeling from bad shit in this episode in a really, really low point. So Dynazenon just does not have the power that it usually has, and then they're just getting their asses kicked, and then thankfully Auntie comes and saves the day. I have a feeling Gridman will appear. I do hope the Grid Knight gets a full power mode like Gridman. Oh, you know, maybe. Yeah, oh, full powered mode. Yeah. I would like to see something like that. Yeah. I would just like to see more with him in general. But yeah, and then we get to see before the battle. Oh, I'm so happy. Look at him! Look, he's wearing a suit! The suit and tie. Oh, he's grown up. Oh, man, I love this. I just love this. Grid Knight comes in. It's just like, I'm gonna fucking wrangle this bitch. And they're like, oh shit. this guy, I don't know what this guy is, but he's pretty strong. We can't control him, so I don't. Maybe he's not a kaiju. I also like the fact that they're just every time that they see something, they're like, "Is that a kaiju?" Because it's like that seems to be the only thing that they know in this world, or just things are kaiju. Like Dynazenon to me does not like the whole form. I don't think it's supposed to be a kaiju, at all. I'm pretty sure it's just supposed to be some mechanical thing, but it has some type of like maybe consciousness of its own. Maybe it's like in the realm of being a kaiju or whatever, but like they don't have any experience with anything like Grid Knight or Gridman, so it's just I love the first thing. It's just like, is that a kaiju? And then I think like they were running out of energy, so yeah, they retreat. And then Auntie proceeds to start beating up Dynazenon because again he thought it was a kaiju. Bowl goes to save the husband in the truck. Okay. I know, I don't keep commenting on that yet, because I want to wait for the perfect scene for that. Chise's wondering on Twitter, like, what's going on with this big guy. Oh yeah, and that's right, Mujino was, like, really into the fight this time. Yeah, Bowl saves the husband. Yomogi and Yume have some more alone time. There! Wait. Gosh, no! I'm going. That's. I didn't want to go that way. All right. Yeah. Okay. These two episodes are great because, like, I really like the fact that they had a lot more downtime. A bunch of the characters talk to each other. There's a lot more, interaction with everyone. And then, yeah, they run into Auntie and Ancilus the second. I didn't really say much about her in my review, but like, because she doesn't appear much in the first season, she makes a big bombshell drop of like what's going on and everything, and then shows up at the end. But I'm so happy that they incorporated these characters back in the show, and that it has apparently been some amount of time between then, because she is obviously at least like, I don't know if they're like older teens, young adult. It's like I can't really like gauge that, but they are definitely older. They have completely different aesthetics. I love the fact that Auntie has like the little this is not a good shot to show it because it's dark, but he's got like the part of the flame thing from his shirt jacket incorporated onto his suit jacket, like how the because I think that's how all of the assist vehicles had all of their shit on their things from SS Gridman. They had like a little symbol or whatever, and then she has the little music symbol, which is what Ancillus was from the original Gridman, because it protected music and had the music spirit with it, and it's all coming together. And I love the little nods and references, and I think they're fucking adorable, and I'm so happy that they came back in this series, and I don't really fucking care. The show can end now. I'm already happy seeing... No, I want to see the show end, but like... Oh, I'm so happy. Alright, Auntie really deserves a spin-off series. Oh, God. I want to see more of him. Yeah, I'm happy that he's getting more everything in here. He has grown so much. Yes, he has. I love the fact that he's got like the cool like hair over one eye shit too in here. I've got it right here. The title as a Gridman, that's on me. Trigger Super Eye. Get in there. Get in that after Dynazenon. Okay. I do like that the bowl cut saves the husband, because out of spite he could have let the husband die, but he saved him the moment he knew he was alive. Yeah, that's right. And that's what it was nice to see that like he's not a complete dickbag. And Galma even says that he thought that was good of him to do that, like even out of I forgot the line, but I remember feeling like it was a good line about like doing things despite not wanting to do them, or even when you are angry like that. Like the fact that it shows like the character, his character, to have done that. I love the cast of Gridman, but I feel like Yomogi and the main girl have so much more chemistry than Yuta and Rika, and I ship those two, but I wish they had more chemistry with oh, yeah. Yuta and Rika, I never really felt like. I felt like it was more like, I'm the main boy, and she's the main girl, which means I like her, you know? Yume and Yomogi are, like, way more, there's a lot, well, because they just do more with them, they talk more, they obviously, like, hit things off better, and it's nice to see that. Like, I'm perfectly fine with, like, romance stuff. I kind of like some romance stuff, but, like, a lot of times they just don't give characters time to develop any type of actual meaningful relationship. It's just main boy, main girl, they obviously like each other. It's like, I don't want that. Like, I like seeing them interact and have, like, something there. Anti has evolved into the ultimate trigger protagonist. Yeah, he's man. Yeah. He's almost there. If he actually had his own, like, set of vehicle shit like Gridman did from the first season that could combine into, like, a suit, that'd be fucking sweet. Softs, that Rem hair. Lol. Oh, Rem. Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Oh, yeah, hey, what's up? Nice to see you here. I'm just simping for Gridman characters as per usual. Man, it was just so fucking nice seeing them again. I also like it because just having, you know, like, I hate seeing things like from the first season, like, things just get tossed away, things that you could use be developed in the next season and everything. So it's nice seeing them come back. Of course, Galma and Anti are having problems. Like, Anti is just, like, at first I felt like it was very antagonistic of Anti, but at the same time, he has no idea who these guys are. And obviously he doesn't even know about Galma being given Dynazenon. He didn't know what the name of this thing was, so he has no clue about them. So he's more concerned about, like, can they actually fight and defend against Kaiju? Because they, first of all, got their asses whooped in this battle because they weren't pulling together like they should have. But also to make sure that they aren't, like, you know, fucking villains. And I love how Ancillus was, like, cut off. Basically saying that we have, like, a little bit of Gridman's fixer beam, which I think is really cool, too, that they, like, actually have, like, a little bit of that to help fix the vehicle that got broken. But Galma is just being hard-headed about it, because it's like, it's my vehicle, I don't want you to touch it. Yeah, more development between Yume and Yomogi. And I don't remember, someone on Twitter showed a reference to this Kaiju from one of, like, the Ultraman series, and they said, oh, I thought this looked familiar. I don't remember who it was, someone I follow. But, like, yeah, it's just fun. It's fine. I love it, just the fact that they include that stuff. I wonder if this guy in the background is supposed to be anything in particular. It kind of just looks like a generic, like, cartoon animal. I have to gush more. I love Anti's design in the show and the Kaiju girl. They look, yes, I know. Like, like, they look very. I love the fact that Ancillus, like, okay, maybe not love. I just think it's odd. I think it's odd that she's got that, like pass around her neck. Like, she's got, like, a little, like almost like you expect to see her, like, at a business convention or something like that, sort of thing. A lanyard. That lanyard. God damn it. Yeah, she has, like, that hanging around her neck, and I think that's funny. But yeah, their designs, like, I was so happy to see that. Like, it wasn't just Anti coming in and everything. It was like Anti, you know, obviously there's been growth there. They are talking about, you know, how they protect the world from Kaiju and everything. And I'm just like, I would love to see a show with them in there. Like, see, like they obviously, like, have been given something, like, or were they contacted or contracted by, like, the hyper agent services or something? Because, like, you know, they're wearing the same stuff that the rest of the guys, the team was wearing, Caliber, Max, and all of them. So it feels like that they are kind of on a mission, like they've been pulled into this whole thing. I don't know. I'd love to learn more about that and see that, like, if they have like certain people for certain sectors of like different worlds and stuff protecting from kaiju and stuff. Um, let's see. Also, simp for the OG characters. Yeah, yeah, same. Honestly, everything from the first show can be recycled aside from Akane personally showing up. Yeah, exactly, yeah. I think that a lot of them, most of the stuff can't, like, yeah, exactly, except for like Akane, because that really wouldn't make a lot of sense. Um, but yeah, most of the stuff, I'm happy to see it. And I just hope that if, considering the success of the first Gridman, of SS Gridman, and it seems like Dynazenon is being received pretty well. Like, I don't read all of the posts that I see and everything, but the amount of shit that they're selling for it and everything, like, I feel like this series is gonna continue. Like, we're gonna get more Gridman spin-offs and stuff, and I just hope that they keep getting treated with the same level as these shows, because I think that they're done, they're treated very well. Um, there are some problems here and there. There are some times where it falls a little short, but they are by no means like bad shows and everything. So I think that if Trigger got to handle more stuff and they made other like shows and things delving into like other parts of the universe, like I know that it keeps revolving around like high schoolers and everything. And I get that that's like the demographic they're going for in Japan and everything. But like if they had even like a short series, like shorter than these, like say like a 6-episode like mini series or something that delved with like learning more about the hyper world and other things about like the Gridman universe, I'd be really happy with that. Don't know if we're gonna get that, or at the very least, if they could just find a way to mix that into like another show, super cool. Anti has his own big dick energy. It appears to be stronger than Galma's. Oh fuck yeah! Like there's like I like Galma a lot. Like as like some of the main characters go in this show, like I appreciate him a lot, but he's really got nothing on Anti. Yeah, I love the scene. Yeah, the kaiju is Daebon from Tiga. Okay, all right. I know, Yao, that you're probably like 30 times more qualified to name that stuff than I am. Okay. Tiga is another one that I need to watch. I still need to I was watching Nexus before and I stopped accidentally and I need to go back and watch that. And I know Tiga's got another one that's like one of the big ones I should probably watch too. The two girls hugging this kaiju is kawaii as fuck. Yeah, it is. The big kaiju from this episode is based partially on Jumbo King from Ace. Ace, it seems. Okay. Alright. Maybe that's what pictures that they were showing online, because I've seen, like, since I follow some Dynazenon stuff, I'll see, like, the day of or the day after the episode appears, I'll see a dump of tweets and comparisons and stuff about it. I do hope this universe continues because this deserves to be expanded. Yeah, absolutely. Like, even if they're going to do others like this where the next one is going to be another group of characters in another section of the world or whatever, I'm really fine with that. But I'd really like it if they did something and, like, found a way to kind of continue it, like, with the second season of the OG Gridman, where it's another hyper agent like Gridman, but maybe someone who's maybe they'll do the brother Gridman Sigma, or maybe another Gridman entirely. They'll re-scrap it and something, and then it'll be like maybe a grid agent that is really is new to this stuff, like doesn't know what he's doing exactly, so he has to combine with a character, a kid or whatever, and they both are very unexperienced and everything. You see them having to battle kaiju and stuff and having problems. Basically Gridman has the same kind of premise that like most of the Ultraman shows up. You've got this this character, this like extraterrestrial kind of character, alien like character from another world has to find a host, has to fuse with that host, and it's like the only way for them to fight is having a connection with a human being. So, and I mean, Ultraman has been going on for so long. They're both made by Super Eye, that's why they have all these connections and everything. Like, I could see them doing something similar with Gridman, where it's like another grid-related character or something like that. It doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be pumped out as much as like Ultraman. It doesn't have to be like 36 different like grid Knight, Grid Man, Grid Sigma, Grid Epsilon, Grid Alpha, Beta, Gamma. It's like we don't have to have like 30 of them. But I think doing like another grid agent would be really cool. Let's see. I have a theory that Akane was the one who gave Galma Dynazenon. I just forgot whether he got Dynazenon 5,000 years ago or after he was revived. Fire Fury 190. Yeah, I don't remember how he phrased it. I know I've seen a bunch of people have come before and saying like they've been curious if it was Akane or what was her name? Yuma or was it Yuma from the first series? Was that her name? It could have been her, like maybe years later she grew up and everything, gave that to him. Yeah, or it could be Akane. Because if there's obviously been some time here and there, I feel like it sounded like he was given Dynazenon after he was revived, but I could be wrong. I'd have to rewatch like the first 2 episodes or whatever. If not, then it's likely that Galma is the mummy from the Toku Gridman. Yeah, I know. That's like a lot of people are saying like that from the mummy, and I kind of agree. Like, he's got the bandage stuff going on, like, as a reference to that, and he has the statue from there. It's like, I don't know, maybe. I'm really I really hope that they kind of, like, reveal a little bit more about Galma. They might not, though. They might just, like, leave it as, like, making little references to it, but never actually saying for sure. Akane is the one Galma is looking for. Okay, well, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know if there's, is there more information on that? Or is that, like, the general consensus? Trigger should make a Transformer show. Well, I mean, they put enough references in these 2 anime that it feels like they almost have made a Transformer show. If they do something interesting after this, yeah, same, absolutely. I'd like that too. Mamiya technically has the right to animate Malos too, so we got options. Okay. I wish the Western anime community was giving this show more time. You know what? I gotta say something. I fucking hate fandoms in general. I enjoy some people that I meet within like the tokusatsu fandom, and by that I mean just people that I've met through talking on there, who've interacted with other content creators and other just people in general who are really cool people. But like when it comes to just the general consensus of like the fandom and everything of these places, they just know they're not. And tokusatsu is more of a niche thing, and yeah, a lot of people don't really seem to talk about like Dynazenon or Gridman or SSSS Gridman, and it's annoying. Like I've just recently started kind of getting back into anime and watching some stuff, and while I will say that I have watched a couple shows recently that I thought were really, really fun, like they were really good in their own way, I still think like Dynazenon, like yeah, it feels like it should be talked about more. But I think because of like that tokusatsu connection, it almost feels like people aren't talking about it as much. Because it feels like the anime community more or less wants their fucking isekais. Never mind. I'm not gonna. I could just like shit on anime weeb community in general, but I don't. Whatever. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I really hope I hope it gets picked up a little bit more since there's a second show Maybe if they do a third show, maybe by then people realize like, oh, this shit is actually good. Um, let's see. I wish Western a series with a hyper agent is Greenhorn would be interesting to see. Yeah, exactly. That's I was trying to think of that word. I knew it was like green something. Yeah, Greenhorn. I think you're giving Trigger ideas, Professor. Yeah. If they're watching this, please don't copyright claim me. Also, like, give me like a 1% royalty or something. I would take like 1%. If you're gonna take my ideas. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. The one thing I hope that doesn't happen with Dynazenon coming up is another big exposition dump. The Gridman one was pace destroying in hindsight. I'm trying to remember. Do you mean like? I'm trying to remember which part you're talking about, Yao, with that. Like what part was it more of like a dump? If you're are you talking about like episode 6 sort of? Because I didn't feel like it was like that big a dump. Or are you talking about some other part? It could be Akane or Yuka or the princess. Yeah, if it was handled well, but bunching up the pacing of the show into choke points is bad writing in a way. Yeah, no, I agree with that in general. I know sometimes it's hard to figure out how to like drop that stuff, but like, yeah, if it's I always enjoy things more when there are slowly fed to the audience instead of having to just drop a giant plate of stuff. Off-grid man topic, I'd love if Trigger made a Zone Fighter anime. I don't think Zone Fighter, like, there's a lot of people who, Zone Fighter could use some love, I'd say. Though I would also agree that Kaiju Legends kind of, if any of you guys have heard of him, I don't know how many people, I know sometimes it feels like the Toku YouTube space is like splintered. Like some people will know a bunch of creators and then not know some of these other creators, but I feel like Jake from Kaiju Legends almost does his own, not Zone Fighter anime, but just like show in general. But it would be cool if they picked up some other lesser known Tokus or haven't gotten love, like Zone Fighter or Redman. Though that might be one of those like 18 plus animes because of the extreme amount of blood and guts. Gama said that the woman that gave him Dynazenon exists in the world beyond his reach, likely referring to the real world. Yeah. So that could be like Akane or Yuma. I only say that wish that they give it more attention because they gave Trigger's other shows just my... Oh, absolutely, I know. Kill la Kill is still like one of my favorites out of their entire catalog and everything, except for like Gridman and Dynazenon, because like those, I can't like they've become a part of me. But yeah, like I know I wish they would talk about the show as much because I think it still has a lot of their stuff, like a lot of their signature work in it. Like it's not as insane as those other shows, and maybe that's why. Like Gurren Lagann and Kill la Kill definitely have a much more like batshit energy to them than both Gridman or Dynazenon. But yeah, I really do wish they would talk about them more. The woman could also just be in another computer world, and in theory, that's true. It doesn't seem like Galma can cross over on his own, and based on what Ancillus says, the hyper agents really can't either. Okay, yeah. Oh, shit, I always forget about Darling and the Franxx. Ugh. Never watched it. Again, I think I said this on a previous stream, I just was not interested in some of the stuff I saw, and I'm really happy because it sounds like, from what I've heard about the ending, they just completely dropped the ball. I'm subscribed to the Akane theory, but it will depend on how they handle it. The wording gives some leeway. Being a collab effort would probably hamper the promotion too. After all, profits would be split between companies that somewhat hard for corporations to swallow. Episode 6 basically laid out the entire show's premise on a plate. Instead of being a show, a slow reveal. It works like I said, but it shouldn't be a drought flooded by a flood. Yeah. I think that the first few episodes, like I feel like the first couple episodes at the beginning gave us some stuff. Yeah, but then like episodes, like, I think it was it could have been handled a little better, but I also really like the dramatic reveal that Ancillus II had with Yuta talking about how the world was and everything. So I don't know. I get what you're saying for sure. I think things could have been handled a little bit differently. Zone Fighter is Toho, not Super Right. Ah, okay. Oh yeah, that's right, because they had all the Godzilla crossover stuff. Anime style, like after Singular Point, I'd love Toho gave Trigger the license to Zone. That would be cool. A Red Man anime would be very interesting. Yep. Yeah, I think so. It would be kind of like Goblin Slayer if Red Man got it. Yeah, I haven't seen much of Goblin Slayer. I've seen clips here and there, but I'm one of those people that I'm not really exactly excited from. I'm sorry, like the first episode, that just hard pass on some stuff like that. I'm not really. Anyway, don't watch it. Oh, yeah, I know. I feel the world would be incredibly small if it was a character from the previous show. Not entirely. I don't know. It just depends. It just depends on how it is. Frank's was mostly A1 Trigger, dropped it after episode 15. Ooh, that sucks. Ugh. Yeah, so, alright, back to this. So, sisters, really fun memories. It was her sister's little puzzle toy. She wanted to mess with it for the longest time, but her sister wouldn't let her, and now that's why she has it. Yabogi was, like, crying, overthinking about the whole thing, and I thought this was a really sweet moment that he, you know... he's not selfish about it. It's not like he's just interested. It doesn't feel like he's just interested in her to be interested in her. Like, oh, oh yeah, I'll totally go with your sister because it gives me time to hang out with you. It's like he actually is genuinely, has a heart about the whole thing and wants to help her, like, help her, get to the bottom of things. So this was really nice. And then he was going to get, like, some snacks or whatever, and she actually came along with him. And I'm like, I like this a lot. Oh, and then I forgot about this. Chisei, the little, like, kaiju seed thing that she found the last episode or two ago, seems to be growing. It kind of reminds me of, like, a potato. It's kind of got, like, the little eye... the little, like, when you have a potato sitting there for too long, the eyes, like, sprouting from it. Or some type of, like, plant. I'm also curious about this, that the eugenicists seem to, like, be able to actually, like, power up the kaiju. Like, they're, like, infusing it or, like, making it stronger, and they basically didn't sleep at all. Like, all night they've just been juicing this thing up. And then he remarks on, the glasses guy about how true kaiju users do not sleep. And I'm like, is that like foreshadowing? Like, is he gonna like take out the glasses guy at some point? You know, like he's not up to snuff or something, or I don't know. Oh, they're eating. And look, Auntie actually knows how to eat now. He's got manners or something. Or maybe if it's not like, you know, a bowl of messy food, you know, like it's a bar or something, like some type of like protein bar or like snack bar, he's fine with it, you know. But if you put like a bowl of like soup or I don't know, like mashed potatoes or something else like that on a plate in front of him, he's just gonna go, you know. But it's very cute, and he's got his tiny little grid sword. And you know, I would almost point out, if I was one of those nitpicky bastards, how do you have a sword when your sword was made from Gridman caliber transforming? But I'm not asking those questions because I'm not one of those people, because I don't give a shit. I really like his, though he hasn't used his sword, so maybe it's just for show. I don't know. Or maybe this is his human weapon. That could just be it. It could just be his human because I forgot all of the agents had their own weapons when they were in human forms, and that didn't exactly translate to when they transform. Maybe he just styled it after what was it? It was Grid Knight caliber. But this is just a nice picture. And oh god, this thing looks fucking badass. This is just a good shot. They wake up, they're like, yeah, fucking kaiju. Don't even worry about the transformation combination scene. Let's just get straight to fighting. And this thing is just like wailing on them. And finally Auntie's just like, yeah, I guess they're okay. And comes in, drops in, starts helping. And doing okay at first. But this kaiju, as he says, is way more powerful than before. So Ancillus takes out... yeah, so this is like such a fucking other great like thing from the original series. She takes the little fixer beam, puts it in this little wand, and does this like little twirl. And that's the music spirit and what she did with Ancillus the First in the original show. And she used that to... I think she used that to heal the shit in the in that part of the digital world, and I also believe that's how she gave Gridman his first upgrade with his sword. But I love that fucking callback to that. Fixes up Dynazenon. Also, another great thing, just Dynazenon riding this kaiju, like the fucking horse centaur thing it is. And then they just, they're, what was it, right? Yeah, fucking, the Arnold Schwarzenegger, Dylan fucking hand clap and just like, yeah, let's fucking wreck this bitch. Throws him like I love it. Comes in, they start just beating the shit out of it. And then Grid Knight Circular and Dyna Saber, and it's fucking done. I can't even, it's too much for my program. It's all just splash images. What a fucking, even in SS Gridman, like all the shots, like also in Dynazenon, when they finish off a fucking kaiju, all these could be fucking posters. Such good detail of them just like finishing off the enemy. And again, the villains don't seem too, like, they're never, like, really that upset about it. They're just like, well, we'll get them next time, you know? There they are. Ah! I love them so much. And then, yeah, and Galma makes a bad move. He's just like, thank you for helping. And Auntie's like, fucking bitch, don't you fucking dare touch her. I will break you. I will fucking break you into 20 pieces. And I can't tell if that's just Auntie being protective of her because they're teammates, or maybe they like each other. I don't know. I would fucking ship them. I think they're fucking adorable together. He used to be a kaiju, and now he's like a grid agent, and she might still be a kaiju. Like, I'm not sure. He changed, but he was also changed because he probably was made that way because of Akane, you know, the copy ability. But I don't know. I just fucking love it. Just love everything. Yeah, and just that fucking look at Galma's just like, okay, I'm sorry. And I think supercomputer system SOS. That's interesting. Or SCS. Yeah, wonder if that's like another reference to something. I don't know. Maybe not. It kind of sounds like the way that she said things like that they are still going to be around. I hope it wasn't just them in one random episode. But yeah, this is a very good episode. These are two great episodes. And they seem to be almost kind of going the same way that the first season went, where I feel like when episode 6 hit, it kind of like ramped up from there. Like episode 7 was like, in the first season. Like, it showed that there was the digital world or whatever shit going on, but then, like, I felt like it started, like, getting a little bit more serious after that, so I'm kind of hoping these last 5 episodes or whatever, there is something to escalate it. In case you know... Okay, I've missed a lot of shit. In case you don't know, A1 Pictures are responsible for Sword Art Online. Oh, that's... That makes sense. The puzzle thing. So, oh yeah, the Ankh. Yeah. I just meant, like, I was just more confused. Like, is it supposed to be a puzzle thing? Because I knew the symbols were like Ankhs, but I didn't know. It looks like it's one of those, like, puzzle things. You figure out, like, how do you disconnect them? It's a, you know, trick thing. I appreciate the detail that Yamogi's eyes are red after he cries. You often never see. Oh yeah, they definitely, like, the fact that his cheeks and everything, like, it was like, yeah, like, Trigger does a really good job with their characters and their designs. Chisei, it was nice knowing you while you laugh. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know if, like, maybe her emotions are growing the kaiju. I mean, it's kind of like, seems like what they're kind of hinting at, because they've already talked about how kaiju were born. Chisei's kaiju seed is borrowed from SSSS when it turned, which in turn borrowed it from Ultraman Dyna, the seed of Baroque, a representation of the primordial darkness from where life is born. Oh, okay. It's meant to be used in alchemy for a kaiju homunculus. In Dyna, it was boiled in a flask with mandragon and horse dung for 49 days and 149 Fahrenheit to create the kaiju bundar. Oh, that's really fucking crazy. In Gridman, we obviously never see it, so it's just a fun reference more than actually following the idea hardcore. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. This whole episode felt like a Power Rangers team up. Yeah. Brofist, yeet. I love how they nod to each other like in an Ultraman team. Yeah. The nod is a very Toku thing. I kind of wish we could see Auntie's kaiju forming. So do I. Because I like Grid Knight, but I kind of like his kaiju form a little bit more than I do Grid Knight's look, but maybe a little too good with their design. Yeah. This is I've just been really happy. Yeah, it's just been really fun. It's been really fun. Kind of seems like some of the characters have kind of gotten over some shit that they've been going through. I still don't know what Chisei's whole thing is. Like, we just know that she kind of hangs around him, but I don't know if it's because she likes him. Like, from before, it sounded like that they said they were kind of like pretending to be cousins. So I don't know, man. I'm still waiting for something to drop with her. Especially since she's not technically one of the, the squad. Like, she's there, and she's been able to pilot, like, Dyna Soldier, but she's not technically, like, needed for anything. So, like, I'm really waiting for just something to happen with her, some twist or something. We do know that each of Akane's kaiju had a seed like that inside them. Yeah. Akane is shown putting in Dividend, if I remember correctly. Yeah. And a couple of the ones, like, I think when she was making Googleus too, that you could see that thing, like, in the wire work while she was making it. Yeah, I thought that was, like, some type of, thing with that. But, like, it's not really, they never really talk about it, never really mention it. And I actually thought that there was gonna be some mention of it later in the series, but they never did. But in this one, they seem to be using it more because these things are being born from those seeds or whatever. There's gonna be some big twist with Chisei, I just know. I feel like it, man. Like, even from the trailer has the freaking I said trailer. The theme has like there, she's got the eyes opening behind her, and I'm still feeling like this is, you know, a lot of anime openings have like a lot of shit that they tell if you know how to look. I don't know how to look most of the time, but I've seen people do some like dissections on openings, and it's like insane the amount of detail that they actually put into some of them. Not saying that this particular opening has a lot of that, but I've seen breakdowns of some of them, like one of the, maybe both of the Attack on Titan trailer openings or whatever, and just like it's like someone being like, and you see how this character turns this way facing the others, showing that they are going to betray everyone later, and I'm like, oh shit. And then showing this other stuff that's like, oh shit, that does work out that way. I'm like, fuck, I know they put all this effort into them. Like I've seen like the JoJo openings broken down too, and just like, it's insane how much, if you actually like stop these trailers and try to like figure shit out, that trailers openings, that they put a lot of effort and thought into them. Well, more like Alexis going instance aberration. Yeah. But yeah, that's oh boy, that's it's kind of all I have to say. I've been very happy with these 2 episodes. This episode 7, more so, of course, because we actually got to see these characters for a bit, and got to see everyone in action. I can't wait to see what else that they do with them. And let's hope Galma doesn't do anything stupid that requires Auntie to like rip his arm off. Because I do like Galma too, so, you know, yeah. It's a good show. I like Auntie. I like I'll call it like the second, I guess I just call her that. I never know how to pronounce her like Kaiju name. I think I'm kind of close when I say it, but yeah. It's just good all around. Really curious about time frame though too, still, because again, like, I don't know what their ages would have been in the first season. And again, like, even now, I don't know how old you would say that they are here, but they are clearly older, so there's clearly been some type of passage of time between both first season, this season. But then again, you could chalk that up to, like, maybe they went to another plane, another world where that time flowed differently there, and they grew older. I don't fucking know. No, whatever. There could be like 20 million explanations to this. And I don't feel like going down that rabbit hole, but I don't know what to say. Like, I just fucking, I love this. I'm just happy with it. They're so fucking cute. Anyway, like, the show could just end here and be happy, but obviously I don't want to end here. Yeah, exactly. Same. But yeah, that's these 2 episodes. I'm really hoping that the last 5 episodes elevate from here. I hope that the conclusion to the season is as good as it was from the first season, or close to being as good, because I know sequels and everything, you know, sometimes usually don't live up to like the first one, but if it's close enough, I'll be happy. I'm very curious how the last enemy and what's going to happen, like the big last battle is going to go. So yeah. If I see any lewd pictures of Kaiju Girl, I'm going to be just... I'm not going to say anything, because JF, you probably just shouldn't have said anything. Just shouldn't have said anything. It's the anime community. That's all I'm going to say. They don't fucking care. The internet is full of degenerates. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for joining me again. I do hope to put out to do another stream, hopefully this Friday or Saturday or whatever, this next weekend. But again, I'm not 100% sure, but again, I will try to keep updated on either both my community tab and my Twitter. So as a reminder, if you don't follow me on, say, Twitter, or are not subscribed to the channel, maybe like and subscribe and follow me on my other, that shit. It's Professor Kaiju. I've tried to make sure it's Professor Kaiju everywhere, but ProfKaijun, and you'll find me. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you at some point later. Keep watching Dynazenon. Let's all be degenerates together. Okay. I guarantee you these characters were designed for degenerates to have fun with them. Yeah, probably. Why'd you have to say it like that? The anime industry isn't blind in human sexuality. I don't care!